the 18 WJTS News. Good evening, I'm Charlotte Olson. Earlier this week, department heads with the town of Ferdinand provided the Ferdinand Town Council updates on their respective entities. Ferdinand Police Chief Lloyd Froman spoke about an opportunity to use surplus equipment from his department as a form of revenue. Froman told the council starting Monday he will be returning to the Law Enforcement Academy to be certified as a rifle instructor, and that the academy has a 5-day program that accepts surplus equipment that will be valued in exchange for credit for training hours. The council approved a resolution to determine what equipment from the police department entails old vehicle equipment that is no longer in use and now is considered surplus and then will be exchanged for the training credit. In other business, earlier this week, the Ferdinand Town Council set aside time for a public hearing to be addressed as a topic that had been previously discussed at another meeting regarding land purchases. Property will be used to construct a building for KNU LLC, which is a subsidiary of Best Home Furnishings. Back in February, the council approved the measure, but the property that belonged to the town of Ferdinand was declared as surplus property with the intention of selling it. Town Attorney Bill Schoenfeld addressed the public to determine if anyone in the public, aside from the interested group, had any interest in purchasing the property near the Industrial Park Road. With no additional interest expressed, Schoenfeld recommended the authorization to sell the real estate to KNU LLC. Best Home Furnishing Chief Financial Officer Steve Wall was on hand to hear the council's approval. Wall says at this time the construction is in the designing stages and expressed his appreciation for the council's approval in allowing the purchase of the property. Schoenfeld added that it's a win-win situation for both groups, referring to the town and to the company. Back in January, Council President Ken Seacard explained that the construction and existence of the building would possibly create 15 to 20 new jobs for the local community. Over $2,600 was raised during the latest Will Read and Sing for Food event at the historic Astor Theater in downtown Jasper. Last night, that was filled with multiple generations, totaling as many as 270 people. It was a family-packed event, from being greeted by recent social media sensation Libby and Matt Sanders to listening to area middle and high school students read their humor essays, and also taking part in saving the iconic theater with entry donations, as well as hearing the talented Will Read and Sing for Food musicians and writers. An auditorium was full of people, and Caroline McCannis from Jasper Middle School and Drake Siegel from Jasper High School each had their turn to read essays as they were announced as the winners of the 2016 Humor Essay Contest out of 142 that submitted. Libby and Matt Sanders also partnered up with the event as they greeted people and painted their pinkies for $1. The money that raised for painting the pinkies also went towards the overall fundraising for the Astor Theater. The couple has become a social media worldwide sensation with a picture that Libby posted on her and her husband's hands. Matt Sanders explained to the Astor audience that he will paint his pinky for the rest of their lives to stand for what Libby's pinky and the accident snugged off while shutting a door. Libby shared that she has been contacted by people all over the world saying that she has inspired them. As downtown business owners in Jasper with Libby's Gourmet Ice Cream, the pair share their vision of the downtown activity.
I'd like to see outdoor seating. I'd like to see people walking around. So many downtowns are not used. They're kind of forgotten. And you go to the big box stores. Well, so I'd like to see a thriving downtown with places like the Astra, places like the restaurants around here, my own spot, a place where people can come and gather as a community. And yeah, that's what I want to see.
I would like to see other businesses around the square open on the weekend. Of course, that's up to them. Just because it's, I think, fun for people to walk around, get ice cream. We're open all weekend, and then often people will say, are there any other shops open around the square? And I just think it'd be great for them to be able to go to other shops and for the businesses to have extra customers.
Yeah, when you've got late night places like us, like the Astor soon, it just benefits all of us if we're all working together and encouraging business down here.
The Sanders Insight parallels the quality of life and community involvement that the Astor Theater seeks as well. Also between performances last night, Mark Stezik of Next Act recognized their team and told the audience that the group has submitted their first payment on an endowment from the DuBois County Foundation of just about $11,000 that will cover the theater's utilities for the next year. A recent contribution has set the naming rights to the concession area as the Circle A concession stand. Next Act Incorporated chairperson Leslie Hamby says that there is still work ahead and described the incentives donors can benefit from based on donor levels that can be found on their website. They are hopeful that with the community's contributions that they can meet the Office of Community and Rural Affairs Historic Preservation grant that it needs to be matched by June 1st. Will Read and Sing for Food director Scott Solomon stated that he was pleased with the donations raised for the Astra Theater and the efforts that the middle and high school students placed on writing humor essays. Solomon also elaborates on the theater's potential and its plans for the continuous existence and future in downtown Jasper.
So the value of the Astra, it can't be a movie place anymore. Movies can be a part of it, but all the different things that the Next Act is bringing in, our weird show can be a part of the fabric, the rock concerts, the music they're bringing in, and who knows what else is going to happen. But it's fun to be a part of. It's a new old thing, you know, or an old new thing, or whatever this theater is. But the Next Act group, I mean, when the team was picked, it was the right team that was picked to put this thing together, and they are making strides.
For more information on how to contribute to the Astra Theater, you can visit their website at www.thenextact.org. Authorities say one of the 3 bodies found in the Ohio River in the less than 24 hours were shot in the head and had marks, and that the case could be related to a body found earlier this week along the river in Perry County. The man, who was a white and 5 feet 7 inches tall, has not been identified. On Thursday, Daviess County firefighters recovered the body of a white woman between the ages of 30 and 50 near the Little Hurricane boat ramp west of Owensboro city limits. As was the case on Wednesday, a barge worker discovered the woman about 9:30 a.m. and notified authorities. An autopsy was scheduled for this morning in Louisville, and the discovery came less than 24 hours after 2 other bodies were found in the waterway, one in Indiana and one in Kentucky. Indiana State Police recovered a woman's body near Troy, and 2 hours later, an unidentified man was found 30 miles away near Owensboro. The woman has had an autopsy scheduled for this afternoon. The bodies found Wednesday were badly decomposed, but Kentucky State Police say that the body found Thursday appeared to have been in the water no more than a day or two. Indiana State Police and Daviess County officials are investigating to determine if the discoveries Wednesday are related. Make sure to keep it right here, because up next we'll take a look at your weather summary.